Welcome to today's Business Report. I'm Denise Williams, bringing you the developments shaping markets, capital access, and business decision-making across Jamaica and the region. Let's get into the stories that matter. The government says it will allocate about 30 billion Jamaican dollars from its 99.7 billion Jamaican dollar capital budget to address infrastructure damage caused by Hurricane Melissa. The Category 5 hurricane caused an estimated US 8.8 billion, or more than 1 trillion Jamaican dollars, in damage to national infrastructure. This represents roughly 41% of Jamaica's 2024 gross domestic product, before adjustments for inflation. However, analysts tell RJR News that they are cautioning that effective recovery and economic growth will depend on the government resolving long-standing procurement challenges. They argue that unless these bottlenecks are addressed, the full capital budget may not be spent. Over the last 5 years, both the central government and self-financing public bodies have consistently failed to fully utilize their capital allocations. Analysts say this underperformance has been a major contributor to sluggish economic growth and weaker revenue collection, underscoring the urgency of improving project execution as the country rebuilds after Hurricane Melissa. The National Housing Trust, NHT, says in the National Budget Report that it will be spending 50.3 billion Jamaican dollars next year in order to commence the construction of 10,675 housing units. The government will continue its drawdown of $11.45 billion per year until the year 2031 and says it will not affect spending on housing by the NHT. The $50.3 billion earmarked for housing expenditure next year will be $6.3 billion more than the $43.9 billion spent this year. Housing expenditure is projected to be 92% of the NHT's total capital expenditure next year. The NHT collected $57 billion in employer and employee contributions during the fiscal year 2023-2024. This meant that the $11.45 billion Jamaican dollars transferred from it during that year amounted to 20% of its total collections. For the trading period of February 26, 2026, the most actively traded securities were Trans-Jamaican Highway Limited with 3,692,626 units, or 10.25% of market sales activities. Dermon Trading Company Limited, Jamaican dollar shares with 3,399,812 units, representing 9.44% of market sales activities. Future Energy Source Company Limited ordinary shares with 3,233,303 units, representing 8.97% of market sales activity. Investor activity remained concentrated in transportation, energy, and distribution plays, signaling continued interest in dividend-producing and strategic assets. Turning to the foreign exchange market based on Bank of Jamaica data for February 26, 2026, Forex traders recorded significant activity with strong demand across major currencies. For the US dollar, trading margins reflected steady liquidity, with the US selling at $157.07 and buying at $155.77. For the Canadian dollar, moderate gains supported by $1.92 transaction spreads. The Canadian dollar sold for $115.30 and was bought for $113.38. For the British pound, continued volatility offered short-term trading opportunities of $2.58 in profits for the bank. The British pound sold for $210.99 and was bought for $208.41. These movements underscore the importance of cash flow timing and currency awareness for businesses managing import costs debt servicing, or overseas exposure. For the credit report tip of the day, when you meet with a banker to finance a fleet of vehicles, your credit report isn't just a tool for getting approved, it's also a way to protect your financial position after the loan is granted. Before the meeting, review your credit report and be ready to highlight a strong track record of on-time payments, responsible loan management, and stable credit use. During the discussion, connect this to your business plan. Show how projected income from the fleet covers payments and how your credit history demonstrates the discipline to manage the debt effectively. Once the loan is approved, maintaining your credit score becomes your safety net, ensuring favorable terms on future financing, protecting your borrowing capacity, and giving you leverage to expand the fleet or access additional lines of credit. A strong credit profile doesn't just get you the loan, it safeguards the growth and sustainability of your business. And that's today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, bringing clarity to capital markets and strategy. Until next time, stay informed, stay intentional, and keep building forward. See you soon.